Good morning, everyone. I decided to read 3 poems. I was excited to find out I have 5 minutes, so here we go. The first poem is by Robert Hayden, a poet some of us may be familiar with. Those winter Sundays. Sundays, too, my father got up early and put his clothes on in the blue-black cold. Then, with cracked hands that ached from labor in the weekday weather, made banked fires blaze. No one ever thanked him. I'd wake and hear the cold splintering, breaking. When the rooms were warm, he'd call, and slowly I would rise and dress, fearing the chronic angers of that house. Speaking indifferently to him, who had driven out the cold and polished my good shoes as well. What did I know? What did I know of love's austere and lonely offices? The next poem is by Toi Derricotte, called My Dad and Sardines. My dad's gonna give me a self back. I've made an altar called the Altar for Healing the Father and Child, and asked him what could I do for him so he would do nice for me. He said I should stop saying bad things about him. And since I've said just about everything bad I can think of, etc., well, no, I changed my mind. I can't promise him that, but even healing is negotiable. So if he's in heaven or trying to get in, it wouldn't hurt to be in touch. The first thing I want is to be able to enjoy the little things again. For example, to stop peeling down the list of things I have to do. How many parents gave you a list and you had to peel down? And enjoy this poem. Enjoy how? Last night, scouring the cupboards, I found a can of sardines that must be 5 years old. And since I was home after a long trip, and since it was 1 a.m., and since I hadn't eaten dinner, and since there was no other protein in the house, I cranked it open and remembered that my dad loved sardines right before bed with onions and mustard. I can't get into my dad's old heart, but I remember that look on his face when he would load mustard on a saltine cracker, lay a little fish on top, and tip it with a juicy slice of onion. Then he'd look up from his soiled fingers with one eyebrow raised, a rakish grin that said, all for me, as if it was getting away with murder. And my last poem, by W.S. Graham, is entitled To Alexander Graham. Lying asleep, walking last night, I met my father, who seemed pleased to see me. He wanted to speak. I saw his mouth saying something, but the dream had no sound. We were surrounded by laid-up paddle steamers in the old quay in Greenock, and I smelt the tar in the ropes. It seemed that I was standing beside the big iron cannon the tugs used to tie up to when I was a boy. I turned to see Dad standing just across the causeway under that one lamp they keep on. He recognized me immediately. I could see that. He was the handsome, same age, with his good brows, as when he would take me on Sunday saying, we'll go for a walk. Dad, what am I doing here? What is it I'm doing now? Are you proud of me? Going away, I knew you wanted to tell me something. You stopped and almost turned back to say something. My Father, I tried to be the best in you. You gave me always. Lying asleep, turning, browned in the quay, lit dark, it was my Father standing as real as life. I smelled the quay's tar and the ropes. I think he wanted to speak, but the dream had no sound. I think I must have loved him.